Hey, everybody. Welcome in tonight. So, I have two surprises for you guys. So, I just got in this deck that I have been waiting for. I backed it on Kickstarter probably about 6 months back or more, and it is the new Halloween Oracle. I'm super excited. It's like the Halloween creatures. I just got it. I haven't opened it yet. You guys are going to be the first to open it with me, and then we're going to get into some readings. But YouTube has implemented new gifting for creators. I can gift 10 subs tonight. So I'm super excited. I'm going to hit the gift button and we will see who gets those free gifted subs. So let me do that real quick because I just happened to look down. I can get 5 now. So let's see who's going to get the 5. Fruit Fly, Tara Boom, Jess, Roberts May Queen, and Xana. Congratulations. Welcome. Welcome, you guys. So this is the first of the 10. So I'm assuming they're splitting it up instead of 10 all in one. So this is the first 5. So when I do another tarot read, I will do the other 5. Welcome to my membership, you guys. Hey, Shalima. Okay, so yeah, it's random on who it gives, Shalima. So it's just random, honey. It's just random. You don't have to be a member to get readings tonight. It's everybody. It's free. It's open to everybody to get members tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this deck. You guys are going to be the first to see it. I haven't even opened this yet. I just got it when I checked the mail with my son today. Or this afternoon. No, this evening. It was this evening, yeah. So, oh my God, I'm super excited. So this is a little case it comes with, and I got this off Kickstarter. It is the Creatures of the Night Halloween Tarot that they have featured on Kickstarter. I'm not sure. I know they're still featured up there, and you can follow along, but I don't know if they have a site where you can buy this from yet. So this is what the box looks like. Really cool. I love the whole Halloween thing. So we got the 78 Tarot presents their second collaborative oracle deck, Creatures of the Night Oracle. This wonderful oracle deck brings together masterful artists from every part of the globe to create a masterpiece to honor the creatures of Halloween, All Hallows Eve, and Samhain. Super excited about this deck, actually. It's very, very cool. Here's the inside holographic. Okay, so it says everyone is a moon and has a dark side which he never shows to anybody. Mark Twain. Very true. Right, Amy? I do too. I love it. I love it. So here is the box, and I love it. It's got the magnetic close. And I love how it matches the box. So it's that tealish green with the black. And this kind of reminds me of like a Pac-Man theme too. I love it. And the spooky trees. Love it, love it. Normally I would just tear it off, but I got these now. Okay. So it's got the black, solid black edging. No holographic, just plain black, no gloss. And then on the front, we're going to start with the very first one. And it's going to show alien. And the word or phrase for under there is Hope Doe. Hope Doe. Now, I did not get the guidebook with this because I work a lot with imagery and just based off what I'm feeling or just the word itself. So alien would be kind of like what I would think is kind of like an outsider, somebody that doesn't fit in and kind of lives on their own. Well, lives by their own, right? They kind of feel like they're not meant for this world, possibly. I love the artistry here. Then we have Automaton, which is Alexander Gustafsson. I wonder if that's the name of, that's the name of the creator. Okay, that's the name of the creator. Okay, I'm getting it now. So the name on the bottom underneath the word is the artist. Okay. So automaton is this one. This because it is like the Halloween kind gives me like a harvester vibes because it is like a robot harvester, kind of like raking in of the souls, raking in of the crops, reaping what you sow type thing, automaton. And it's a very very great cardstock. Very great. I love the cardstock. And then you have Bat by Deanna Gore. I love the color in here. I like how each artist makes something different, right? Their style is different from each other. This one is Bat, right? With Bat comes a lot of solitude, a lot of isolation, kind of like a hermit vibe, kind of like and very nocturnal, kind of like a night owl. Then we have the Bewitched Cauldron by Cheryl Abbott. It's like a concoction of her own. It's almost like the cauldron is human, right? It's almost like the cauldron that she's working with in here is human and can kind of put its own feelings into it and based off of what you're feeling, like an empathic cauldron almost. So be careful what you want to conjure up, right? It's like cooking. You put feeling into cooking, you put energy into cooking. It's the same thing. Oh my gosh, one of my favorites, Black Cat. Black Cat. This is by Ambi Sun. I love this actually. This reminds me of my black cats. I love this. Hey Foxy, how are you? And this next one is Blob. So I don't know if you can see, but look, if you guys remember from the movie Blob, right? The blob just goes around and kind of absorbs a lot of things. And that's kind of what is inside of this blob is a lot of Halloween things, like pumpkins, pretty much wherever it just roamed, it kind of ate it, right? So kind of like gluttony almost type thing. There's an apple in there. There's bones. There's a plate. Yeah. Then we have the carnivorous plant. Now, what I like about this, I love the imagery on this because carnivorous plant, right? Carnivorous means it's a meat eater. So it's definitely not vegan. It's a meat eater. And you see how there's like a little person in there. So it's definitely it eats you, but it doesn't spit you out, so to speak, right? It's kind of very masculine energy, very just like I do what I say what I do type thing. Then we have the Charmed Tea. I get Beauty and the Beast vibes from this by Selena French. I get Beauty and the Beast vibes from this only because of Mrs. Potts. I get a very like whimsical, very childish like vibe with this, like having a get together, having brunch, just having a good time, letting go of all the bad things. Then we have The Clown by Julia Griffin. Now, what I like about this one is the clown behind him is almost like he's looking at himself. Like he's clowns have a habit of putting on an act, right? Putting on an act. And that he's pretty much looking at himself. He's really sad on the inside, but on the outside, he's happy performing, giving the people what they want. People pleaser. Then we have Cursed Carousel. I get really like this. This is like a zombie-ish type thing for me. Kind of like zombie carousel. Kind of like a ride at your own risks. That's what I'm getting. Kind of like a ride at your own risk. It's like a warning, like be cautious, a warning sign. Oh, did we get turned around or something? What happened here? Interesting. Oh, I really love this card. I really love this card. I love the colors. So you got Death's Head Moth by Jade Hilliard. I love this moth. It's very, very in the tarot spiritual type realm, this moth and the imagery with this moth. And I absolutely love it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen me live before, but behind me, I have a tapestry of a lunar moth. It's huge. So Death's Head Moth is like, I don't know. I think with this card, I'd have to get the vibe and the energy of the person that I'm reading for to kind of give a full reading on what this card means. I think this one is just very dependent on who I'm reading for. But I love the colors and the imagery a lot. And the moth is one of my son's favorite creatures. Absolute favorite. Next we have Demon by Jabari Weathers. I like this because it's showing facade, right? It's like a facade, removing the mask to show the real you. And maybe sometimes you don't like looking at the real version of yourself, which is why you wear the mask. Like this is spot on for this community, actually. This card should like be the mascot for this community. Next we have Eldritch Horror. So this is the Kraken, the big squid that likes to devour ships, right? I take this as another caution card, but kind of an emotional caution card because there's water and the sea creature is water, and waters deal with a lot of emotion. So I would read this as caution with your emotions, mental, traumatic times, all that coming up. Then we have Enchanted Grimoire. I really like this because it has the grimoire painted in a light way, which grimoires are usually painted in a dark way. And grimoires can be both light and dark, and I really like this. Kind of like full of knowledge, ready to learn. You're kind of like experience, never too late to learn something new, always expand your horizons type of thing. The Enchanted Lamp. What I like about this lamp, and it's saying that it's enchanted, is there's a skeleton arm holding it. And to me, I find that that's the enchanted part instead of the fire that is lit inside the lamp. There are many different reasons as to what you may think enchanted is. When people think of enchanted, they think of something on the light side of things, but it's not always on the light side of things. I would take this as be a light in darkness, as someone is showing you the way, or you need to show someone the way. Hey, I thought you were going to bed, madam. You remember the tarot? You remember the oracle deck that I backed a few, like 6 months back with the Halloween tarot? And I only got the oracle. This is the oracle deck that I got in tonight and I got from the mailbox. It's super good. You can go back and start looking if you want. I think it's one you'll like. Next is Eyeball by Chris Malador. Each card has a different artist. Yeah. That's what was in the package. Next is Eyeball, and they have the eyeball in the shape of a human, and it's like walking around. looking where it's going, and kind of like a see all be all. Be aware of your surroundings. Um, Somebody's watching you, or you need to be watching somebody. It could be various things. It really would depend on the energy of the reading, but that's some of the ways that I could read this. Hey, Robin, how are you? And then we have Fae. And I like this take on Fae by Iris because the Fae really is not all glamorous and fabulous. The Fae really are very dark, um, gruesome looking creatures at times. And I like the depiction here. It's very real to me. This depiction is very real of Fae. I would take this off kind of like a Snow White thing, right? Um, like the apple would be like poison, but then you have the animal on your shoulder. This would be kind of like the seven dwarfs guiding you. I get very like a Disney-esque vibe with this, and I don't know why. So again, it would be on the energy of the person that I'm reading this for. I don't know, I'm just mesmerized by this card. Really mesmerized by it. Fruitful. Just be careful of what you plant. Something you might like may not, something you may not like may grow from it. I think that's what it is. Something you may not like will grow from that. Yeah, that too, Robin. Yeah, that too. And then we have Gargoyle. Now, I love this depiction of Gargoyle because it's not the same statuesque, dark-sided gargoyle that we are used to seeing, right? Because you're used to seeing them in like vampire movies and all from the dark side. This is kind of like a Japanese animated version of the Beast gargoyle, and I really like the depiction here. What I get from this is kind of like stand tall. Gargoyles are protectors. I don't know if you guys know this, but gargoyles were considered to be guardians and protectors of the human race. And this is ultimately what I would take from this is being very guarded, having a lot of protection, or you need to be more guarded and have more protection, set up some barriers. But gargoyles were actually originally created as a depiction of guardians over the human race. Then we have the ghost, which he's a little playful, little animated ghost. I really like how he's depicted, playing in a graveyard with like some winding gusts of leafy winds. It's super cute. I get very childlike, whimsical vibes. Nothing negative in this. Everything all positive and happy. Maybe somebody's sending you a message from the other world, but definitely happy, cute little vibes with this. Super cute. Then we have The Ghoul by Dennis. His take on the ghoul reminds me, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie The Gate. Those little ghoul dudes that run around. This is kind of what it reminds me of. When I think of ghoul, I think of somebody that's kind of like a puppet, doesn't really think for themselves, kind of has to have a leader, a follower, someone that doesn't know how to speak up for themselves, someone that just kind of hides in the dark, is just I don't want to say isolated, but just kind of like somebody's lackey. It's kind of like Frankenstein and what is his name? What was Frankenstein's like little dude? Oh God, Renfield. I get like Renfield vibes with this, if you know what I'm saying. And then with this one is Goblin by Tiffany. And the take on this goblin is really interesting. I get really, instead of how you would get an evil, creepy vibe with this card as a goblin card, I get a very helpful leading light with this card. Kind of like trusting in your signs, trusting your intuition a little bit. Don't be afraid to let other things guide you. Um, there's always things happening around you, is what I would get from this card. Then we have Hag. Yeah, Dracula's assistant. Yeah, that's what I mean. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. Igor, yeah. Igor and Renfield. Yes, thank you so much, Larry. I knew I was on the right track. So we have Hag here by Jeff. I'm trying to see what type of vibe I'm getting from this. I get a young and an older version with somebody waiting in prison. So kind of like they're waiting to eat what's down there. Interesting card. Very interesting card. Almost, I get like a Hansel and Gretel vibe for some reason. But they are definitely ready to eat. The hunger is never satisfied, always wanting more. And that can either be a negative thing or a positive thing, depending on how the read is going. Then we have The Haunted Clock by Mike. And this clock reminds me of, again, Beauty and the Beast vibes. When I forget, is it Winston? I forget the clock guy's name. And watch it be something simple, right? But I forget it. But with this one, I get kind of what do I get? Kind of like I can't hide from anything. Things are just coming at you, coming for you. They are really cool, Robin. They are really cool. And maybe at 5 o'clock, because I noticed it's 5 o'clock, so something at 5 o'clock is really important. As far as time goes, definitely would depend on how the reading is. Next, we have Haunted House. I really like this because it's not like your typical haunted house. It seems to be like up on a hill somewhere, kind of secluded. I like how it doesn't look like it's very haunted. It looks like it's still very livable, and there are things, it is being inhabited in the upstairs. Salvador Dali. Then you have Imp by Stephanie Smith. Now, imps are really cute little buggers, but they're really annoying little buggers, right? They like to cause mischief. They like to wreak havoc. So when the imp card is up, I would definitely use this as another caution card as to either you're causing too much mischief or somebody is causing mischief in your life. It would either be one or the other. Oh, Sally. Anybody that are channel holders, you might want to go check your gifting from your end. If you click on your live while you're live and go to the gifting, I was able to gift 5 memberships to my channel for free, and you get 10 per month. So I think I'll be able to do 5 more this month. So really cool. Yeah, whenever you're live next time, check it out. So next we have Invisible One by Florian. So I get kind of like werewolf vibes from this. But he's like an invisible werewolf, where in order to be seen under a full moon, he has to wear clothing to show himself. Really, really very cool, because under a full moon, a werewolf can be seen, but for some reason, when you're transforming, you're invisible, and you have to kind of add more things on to have yourself seen. But you definitely are not invisible. I really feel this card now. You definitely are not invisible. People definitely do see you. Next is Mad Scientist by Delphine. Mad Scientist, Jekyll and Hyde for sure is what I get. Or kind of like an evil Einstein. Whatever Mad Scientist. Kind of like not afraid to mix things, not afraid to stir things up, not afraid to think outside the box. Hey, babe, how are you? Next is Monstrous Hand by JD. Well, this is a very extravagant monster hand. Um, a very otherworldly monster hand at that. Um, kind of kind of like a thing vibe, but very glamorous to me. And I like how it's got the eye right there on the wrist, kind of like the third eye or the all-seeing eye. Um, kind of like a message from the underworld and the other side. Definitely cool. Moon Spirit. I like the happy moon vibe. I really do. It's like the happy moon vibe in the midst of somewhere dark and dank. And I really love that. Kind of like it reminds of like a paranoia card, an anxiety card, but at the same time it's like a very be the light in some darkness. Don't be afraid. Things aren't always what they seem type of thing. Then we have Mummy by Christina. Now I like this take on the mummy because you can actually see um, the mummy's tomb, um, how the mummy used to have all the gold etchings and what it would used to wear right by the side of it, and the dagger there because if you guys don't know how a mummy is, oh, it's not embalmed, but what takes place when the Egyptians died? I forgot that whole process to be mummified. God, I swear I'm having moments here. Sorry, y'all. So to be mummified, there was a certain process in a way, and that dagger is kind of like was an instrument that was used along with that bag over there. They used that bag over there to take out all of your organs, and they would put your organs in jars underneath or near somewhere close to your tomb. And you're like reaching out, trying to say something. Um, great card, great card. Ooh, next we have Nightmare. I really love this card. I kind of get the Four Horsemen vibes from this. Oh, this card is just really cool. Kind of looks at your soul a little bit. Definitely looks at your soul. Ominous Tree by Amelia. So this is kind of like the dark version of the Tree of Life, but the ominous tree would be like the death tree. The ominous tree would be kind of like your death tree, so the Tree of Life, where the Tree of Life talks about the cycles of life, the light side of life, the good side of life, and then the ominous tree would be the dark side, the tail, the cycles of death. Very, very interesting here. I love this card. And then we have Onryo. Now, if you guys don't know who Onryo is, I'm pretty sure Onryo would be like a Japanese or some kind of Asian um, entity, curse, or something like that that they believed in. And wow, I love this card. Almost like a wrecking ball or reckoning to deal with. I'll have to definitely look up on what Onryo for sure is, but I love this card. I have a thing with crows and I don't know what it is too. And see, there's the sun. Well, not the sun, but the blood moon is what I would say. Then we have Owl by Anita. This owl kind of gives me a steampunk vibe. Almost like, how do you do? Type owl. But then he holds a key. Do you guys see that key right there? Only you hold the key. I like that. You hold the key to opening many of your doors, many of your journeys, many of your paths. And only you can do that. Who to who? You. Next, we have Puppet, which I said is also what the goal reminded me of. But this is your actual puppet by Annette. But this puppet here is cutting their strings. So you're kind of releasing the chains that bind you. This is kind of like the devil card that I feel. Kind of like you're not going to be played anymore. You're going to be your own person. You are going to be a leader, not a follower. Next, we have Wrapped by Ash. Oh, look, it's a little topaz, Sally. Look at Topaz. How did he get in my cards? Look at him with all that candy. He's going to get fatter. This card is super cute. Oh my God, Sally. This card is super cute. Oh my God, the cuteness in this card. Next, we have Raven. I'm all about ravens, all about crows. Ravens are definitely gifts from God because they represent a lot of the spiritual world, and they represent a lot of spiritual as far as loved ones, whether you guys like to know it or not. And they also represent a lot of omens. So if you've been seeing a lot of crows lately, that's a lot of paranormal from the other side for you. You could have a lot of family members watching over you right now, or maybe there's something specific could be happening soon or has happened, and they're just watching over you. Then we have, oh, hold on, it's got to focus. Shadow. By Chris. This shadow is really creepy, I'm not going to lie. This shadow is really creepy. Something like lurking in the shadows, kind of like obsession, being watched. Oh, this is a creepy card for sure. Oh, creepy, creepy card. We have Skeleton by Adam Schmidt. I really like this card. It's kind of like meditation chakra. You see all the colors that would be in the chakra, and they're by the opening of a tree, which also symbolizes the tree of life. Skeleton is kind of like the final stages before ashes, dust to dust. So I see a huge cycle of life here in this. All the cycles of life, pretty much, as far as skeleton goes. I definitely don't get any skeletons in the closet on this one. Then we have Snake by Alexandria. The depiction of this snake is really cool. It's really cool. I'll relax. Yes, I said the same thing. Or I'll sleep when I'm dead. I've said the same thing like many times. Many, many, many times. Hang on, y'all. It's starting to hurt my elbow. Again, it's kind of like an albino snake, a white snake. And they're very sensitive to sunlight. So they would only come out at night, possibly. Very nocturnal. But then I see a sunflower down there. Very interesting card here. Then we have Sorcerer by Dion Harris. I get the some voodoo vibes from this actually. Reminds me of the Baron from New Orleans. Don't know if you guys are familiar with one of the undead gods. Oh, his name is Baron something. I forgot his name, but I'm sure if you guys look him up, you'll see him. And he was he's almost like a Hades type thing, but more along the lines of the voodoo spiritual side. Kind of like, come to me, tell me your problems. I will solve them all for you at the price. And if you guys remember from, what is that Disney movie? Oh my God. It's a Disney movie where she turned into a frog and he turned into a frog, and I cannot think of the name because the Baron made them a deal, but at the price of their soul or something like that. But there was definitely a price with everything. Then we have Spectral Knight, kind of like a spiritual guardian watching over. Never leaves his post, always on guard, always there when needed, always ready. Very supportive card here. We have Spider. Now this doesn't look like your typical spider. You, yeah, it's kind of like you, huh? Now this is not a typical spider. This looks like a very smart, intellectual spider. And it's trying to reach one of the little lightning bugs up there. It looks like it knows it. Okay, so it's given off the impression that it's trapped and that it can't get out. But it can, if you look at the top here, it can clearly reach out and get one of the lightning bugs where it's had, some kind of thing going on here. It looks like a very intellectual spider. Definitely not trapped. Definitely not trapped. Knows exactly what they're doing. Always has a plan. Ooh, look at this. The Stitch doll reminds me of the voodoo doll. But look at the reflection. Look at the reflection on this one. I love this. Very cool. So pretty much what it seems like on the outside, it's kind of, okay, so what it looks like on the outside is definitely not how it is and looks and feels on the inside. So just because you're feeling some type of way, you don't always express it. And you need to express it before you explode just from the inside. It's kind of what I'm getting from that. Don't hold anything in. Never hold anything in. We have Swarm of Light by Jeff. It's almost to me like the pumpkin is just like rotting in a way and just giving off a stench instead of a swarm of light. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, it's kind of like on fire could be, but I definitely get like feel like it's like a rotted type of thing. Ooh, we have the Talking Skull. I don't know, this is what I like to see before I go to bed is a Talking Skull. So what I would get from this card is definitely somebody wanting to speak with you for sure. Talking Skulls. Yep. Converse with the other side. Or you like to collect skulls. Or you need to get some skulls, crystal skulls or something. I don't know. Then you have the Reaper. This is supposed to be their take on the actual Reaper. Trying to get this to focus here. Okay, so this is the Reaper. And this has kind of, I don't know what type, it's almost like a dead steampunk look. I don't know what that would be called, but it's like a dead steampunk look as far as a Reaper goes. It looks like he's a Reaper of time. I would say it's like a Reaper of time, stealing time, wasting time. Then we have the Toad. He's the very masterful, very proper, charming Toad. He's very proper. Then there's the spiritual rabbit. But he's got a lot of spirits around him. I would really need to look at this card. He's got a moth, a rabbit, a bird, a koi fish. I would really need to look deeper into this card to get a feel on what it means. No, you're not a toad. Ooh, we got the vampire. I like how they made her look so seductive, so enticing, intriguing, and sexy. Like she's offering you some wine. She's like saying, "Come hither." Um, kind of very like breathtaking, very makes you want more, leaves you asking questions. The werewolf. Look at him trying to rip them clothes off. Rip them clothes off, you bad boy. Taking off on the outside to show what's underneath, revealing your true self. Or be careful of full moons. Then we have a very whimsical Will-O-the-Wisp. This is a very cute, whimsical Will-O-the-Wisp, but kind of very evil whimsical like, right? Will-O-the-Wisp, a very cutie patootie. But be careful because there's people. It's almost like there's like things waiting to make you feel some type of way. Like when they come this way, they're gonna feel like this. When they come down from whatever they're doing on this, they're gonna feel like this. So definitely swayed by people. You're definitely really swayed. Hang on, I gotta fix this. My keyboard. My keyboard fell. Okay. Ooh, we have the witch. I like this one too. I love this one actually. I think this one depicts witches perfectly. Very always learning, very teaching themselves. They're never done. They live in solitude. They can live in solitude. They don't always have to be around people. Working with elements, working under the moon, see the herbs and all the other stuff like. Yeah. Then we have this witch, the matron. Wait, this witch was the maiden. Now this one is the matron. So this was supposed to be like the mother, the teacher, kind of almost. So she pretty much knows everything she's experienced, and she is kind of honing in on her skills, making them a little bit better. Always learning still, but this one she's can do more by doing. She can do more without even looking. Under the full moon, of course. See all the herbs. See everything she's working with. Then we have the witch, the crone. So this would kind of be like an elder. This would kind of be one of the elder witches. So definitely very experienced. Has a grimoire. Her familiar is definitely there. The owl is her familiar. She's very experienced, very wise. Has aged very well. Very beautiful card. Works with many elements, but always under. And then the last card is zombie, which I find really, really cool. This is a really cool depiction of a zombie. And it looks like it's like would be like in England. It looks like it would be like in England, right? This zombie isn't like the others. All right, y'all. There is my new Creatures of the Night deck that I just received from my Kickstarter. I hope you guys like that. And I'll open this thank you card here in just a minute. Actually, I don't know if I want to work with them just yet. Okay, there's that. Yeah, I think they were really cool. I think they were really cool, Amy. Thanks. So I haven't opened this up yet. So let's see what is in here for the thank you. Oh, these are really cool. These are little like additional things you get when you do like when you back a deck or back anything on Kickstarter. There's always little extras you get as a backer. So I got this. This is a magnet. And it's that, oh my God, how cool is it, right? That this is that card I was talking about. That I was very intrigued by. That's a magnet. They got a bookmark. And look at him, a little bookmark. He was the cutest. Then I have some other like 3x5s of this one. And it's even signed by the artist. Night, Sally. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And this is one of the witches. Oh, these are ones that aren't in the deck, but they're signed by. These are really cool. Ooh, look at that one. I like that. And then this one. That one's really cool too. Got some really good stuff. I like it. Really good stuff. So if you guys don't know about Kickstarter, just go to Kickstarter.com. And there's all kinds of things you can back on there. It doesn't have to be tarot cards. There's games, there's t-shirts, but there's a whole bunch of creators on there, like artists that put their work on there to be backed. So it's really cool. You'll see what I'm putting. There's people that do dice, whatever. Whole bunch of things on there. Woo! Well, it almost took an hour just to go through that. Good Lord. Oh my God. Okay, y'all. So I thought I was going to be able to do some readings tonight, but geez, just an hour of doing that, and I'm already tired. So what I'll do is tomorrow I'm doing an early shift, so I will be home to do a live tomorrow night, and I will be doing readings tomorrow night. So I'll pick this up tomorrow, you guys, and if I can, I'll gift out 5 more memberships. I'm not sure how the time period works on when you're gifting, but I'll definitely let you guys know. But as for tonight, if you guys showed up for the readings, I'm so sorry. I'm super tired tonight. I don't think I'll be able to be up to doing them right now after doing that. But I will definitely be doing it tomorrow night. I will just go ahead and set up a live when I'm done here to do it tomorrow night. So do not miss it tomorrow night. I'll use the same thumbnail, but definitely I'll change the title on this one to something else. So good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out and sharing my new deck with me. And I will talk to you guys definitely tomorrow night. So don't forget to click that notification button. And I will go ahead and set that up now. Bye, you guys. Have a great night.